The 5 biggest winners of the 2025 Formula 1 season. Welcome back to our channel. We've looked at the heartbreaks. We've analyzed the disasters, but now it's time to celebrate the excellence. The 2025 F1 season will go down in history as a turning point. It was the year the old guard was truly challenged, the year the midfield all but disappeared, and the year the title fight went down to the final race. While some crumbled under the pressure, others thrived. Today we're counting down the top 5 biggest winners of the 2025 season. These are the drivers and teams who looked at the challenge, floored the throttle, and didn't lift until they saw victory. Let's get into it. 5. McLaren. Kicking us off at number 5, we have the team that finally painted the world papaya. I'm obviously a fan, McLaren. If you look at the trajectory of this team over the last few years, it's nothing short of a masterclass in management. In 2025, the recovery plan officially ended and the domination era began. McLaren is on this list because they achieved the ultimate team goal: Constructors' Championship. Twice in a row. While Red Bull was fighting with one hand tied behind its back due to basically having no second driver, the Ferrari was tripping over its own strategy, and Mercedes was still getting over losing Lewis. McLaren was a unified, mostly relentless machine. The MCL 39 was the most versatile car on the grid, fast, dominant, and bulletproof. The real win here though was thanks to team culture. Under Andrea Stella, the panic we used to see on the pit wall has disappeared. Their strategy goals were aggressive, precise, and impressive. Their pit stops were amazing. They maximized every single weekend. Even on their bad days, McLaren were bringing home 20 to 30 points. They are number 5 only because they had to split the spotlight with someone we'll mention later. But as an organization, McLaren is the new gold standard in F1, like they used to be back in the glorious 80s and late 1990s. Moving to number 4, we have the feel-good story, possibly of the decade, Williams Grand Prix racing. If you told somebody in 2021 that Williams would be a genuine podium contender on merit in 2025, they would have laughed at you and told you to stop drinking. But James Vowles played the long game, and this year the check cleared. Williams didn't just lead the midfield, I think they might have escaped it. They firmly established themselves as a force, often nipping at the heels of Mercedes and Aston Martin. The FW47 was a rocket ship, and crucially, it was a balanced rocket ship. It didn't just work at Monza, it worked at Zandvoort, it worked at Suzuka. Of course, there was also the Sainz effect, and we have to talk about that lineup. Bringing in Carlos Sainz to partner Alex Albon was brilliant. They formed perhaps the most intelligent, technically feedback-savvy pairing on the grid. They pushed each other. They rarely made mistakes, and they extracted everything from that car almost all the time. Williams is a winner because they have proven that a legacy can be rebuilt, much like McLaren. The days of fighting for P19 are forgotten. Grove is back in business. At number 3, we have a driver who had arguably the best individual season of a long career, defying both age and expectation. It's of course
Nico Hulkenberg. He hates that so much.
Yes, I still miss Danny Ricciardo. Now looking at the standings, you might find him in the lower half of the top 10, but look closer. Hulkenberg's 2025 season with Sauber transitioning into Audi was amazing. This was a pressure year. With Audi fully taking over in 2026, Nico was effectively auditioning to be the leader of a factory team. He didn't just pass, he set the curve. Driving a car that had no business being in Q3, Nico put it there so often it wasn't even funny. He completely dismantled his teammates, dragged that Sauber into the points with a consistency that was baffling. Defying the rookie obsession in a sport that's obsessed with finding the next big thing by signing teenagers, Hulkenberg proved experience is invaluable. He managed his tyres better than drivers half his age, and kept his nose clean in the chaotic midfield starts and battles. He's a huge winner because he secured his future. He finally got his first podium. He goes into 2026 not as a placeholder, but as the undisputed team leader of a German manufacturing giant. Nico Hulkenberg has revitalized his entire career. At number 2, we have the man who redefined what it means to carry a team on your back. It's of course Max Verstappen. You might be thinking, wait a minute, they didn't win anything. He had a tougher year than usual. How is he the winner? That's exactly how he's the winner. 2025 was the hardest season Max Verstappen has ever had, and it was possibly his most impressive. Not for the first time, Max Verstappen had no backup. He had no shield. Red Bull did not have the outright fastest car for most of the season. The McLaren was better balanced. Mercedes at times had better one-lap pace. Max was fighting with a shield, not a sword, yet he dragged that RB21 to wins it had no business getting. We saw a different Max this year. Not only the lonely team leader cruising 30 seconds ahead, but a battler, a fighter, a street fighter. His defense against the McLarens, masterful. His rain driving, reminding me of Ayrton Senna. He single-handedly kept Red Bull in a fight when the car development may have plateaued. The runner-up on our winners list because he proved the critics wrong. He showed that even when the machinery is mortal, the driver becomes a machine. He didn't just drive the car, he pulled it to a next level. And finally at number 1, the undeniable, undisputed, biggest winner of the 2025 season had to be Lando Norris. It's been a journey, hasn't it? From the rookie with the funny radio messages to the agonizing nearly man of 2024. This was Lando's year, the year he stopped having the potential to become a champion and became one. The biggest change wasn't in his right foot, it was in his head. After the heartbreaks of last season, Lando arrived with a different aura this season. The self-doubt seemed gone. When he went wheel to wheel with Max or Piastri, he didn't back down. He was here to fight for the wins. We saw a more consistent man. He didn't just win the flashy races, he was the championship contender on bad days. When the car wasn't perfect, he was happy to take P2. When the strategy was risky, he made it work. He delivered a season of relentless consistency that we have not seen from a non-Red Bull driver in years. Lando is our number 1 because he achieved the hardest thing in sport. He fulfilled his potential. He took the pressure of leading a British team as a young Brit, the weight of the British media, and the title fight against the best driver of his generation, Max Verstappen. And he didn't crack. He took on an amazingly talented young teammate in Oscar Piastri, and he thrived. 2025 will forever be remembered as the year of Lando Norris. And this kid has deservedly won the title. What a season it was, from the resurrection of Williams to the coronation of Lando. 2025 gave us everything we asked for and possibly more. Who was your biggest winner? Did we miss someone? Maybe Oscar Piastri? Maybe rookie sensation Kimi Antonelli? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. God bless and goodbye.